Hey, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're cracking open a text that's literally thousands of years old, Patanjali's Yoga Sutras, to find a solution for a problem that feels incredibly modern, a mind that just won't quit. All right, let's get into it.
You know that feeling, right? It's so frustrating. You want to focus, you want to be calm, but your thoughts are just this whirlwind of distraction and doubt. It's like you're trying to move forward, but you're just stuck in the mud.
And get this isn't some new 21st century problem. The Yoga Sutras, put together way back around 400 CE, pinpointed this exact struggle as a core part of being human. But the good news is, they didn't just point out the problem, they gave us a surprisingly practical toolkit to deal with it.
Patanjali didn't just vaguely say, oh, the mind is busy. No, he got incredibly specific. He laid out the exact mental and even physical roadblocks that get in our way and stop us from finding clarity. He called them the obstructing distractions.
Now, what's wild is how much these still resonate today. I mean, mental laziness? We've all been there. That feeling of just not having the juice to even start. Or doubt, which can completely paralyze you. But there are some surprising ones here too, like cessation. This is that feeling of stopping too early, that good enough attitude that prevents us from going deeper. Patanjali saw these as the real, everyday hurdles we all have to jump over. The very first obstacle on that list is disease. And this quote just says it all, doesn't it? The whole philosophy is clear. You can't separate your physical health from your mental journey. Your body is the vehicle. It's the boat. And if your boat has a leak, well, the journey to the other side becomes pretty much impossible.
So if those are all the problems, what's the fix? Well, Patanjali points to one of the most ancient and profound symbols in all of human history. And it's not just a sound to make, it's a tool for total transformation. Om.
Okay, so why this one sound? The sutras explain that Om is basically the matrix of all sounds. Think about it. It starts way in the back of your throat with Ah, rolls through your mouth with U, and closes right at your lips with M. It physically covers the entire spectrum of sound our mouths can make. Because of that, it symbolizes, well, everything.
This is why Om is seen as so universal. The text makes this fascinating comparison. A word like God, for example, can come with a lot of cultural baggage, and you might need to add adjectives like personal God or absolute God to explain what you mean. But Om is different. Because it's a symbol of the whole shebang, it's been embraced by pretty much every school of thought in India, from people who believe in one reality to those who believe in two, and even atheists. It's beyond dogma. Okay, so Om is this big, powerful, universal symbol. That's cool. But how do we actually use it to fight off those obstacles we were just talking about? This is where the ancient philosophy becomes this incredibly practical technique for basically rewiring your own brain. And the instruction is just beautiful in its simplicity. It's a 1-2 punch. First, you repeat the sound itself. You feel the vibration. And second, at the same time, you meditate on what it means, that idea of totality, of universal connection. It engages your body and your mind all at once.
So why does the repetition part work so well? The sutras give us this key concept called Samskaras. The easiest way to think about them is like deep grooves or pathways in your mind. Every single thought and action you've ever had has carved these little trails. Repetition is the tool you use to carve new pathways, positive spiritual samskaras, that help you break out of the old, negative ruts. I just love this metaphor. We all know what it feels like to be around positive, uplifting people, right? It changes your whole vibe. Well, this practice is a way to create that positive influence inside yourself. You're consciously choosing to hang out with good company inside your own head, strengthening those patterns of calm and focus. Now, all of this sounds amazing, but Patanjali was a total realist. He knew the path to a focused mind isn't some straight, easy line. You're going to have these incredible moments of progress, for sure, but you're also going to hit some very real snags along the way. So let's start with the promise. The sutras are very clear. If you do the practice, it works. With consistency, your self-awareness, your introspective power gets stronger. And all those obstacles we listed before, from laziness to doubt, they really do start to fade away. But then comes the reality check.
Just when you're feeling on top of the world, like you're making huge progress, you might just hit a wall. Everything stalls, and that feeling of being completely stranded, the text says that's an expected part of the journey. It is not a sign that you've failed.
And when that concentration slips, it can actually show up in very physical ways. The text lists these signs: grief, distress, even physical tremors, or your breathing getting all chaotic. The point here isn't to get scared. These are just symptoms, signals that the practice needs to be strengthened, not thrown away.
And this right here is the big encouragement from the sutras. The whole journey is a cycle. It's ups and downs. Hitting a plateau or even feeling like you're going backwards is natural. The only real remedy is to just keep going, knowing that this is what the path looks like. So how do you handle those pitfalls? How do you persevere? Well, after laying out all the distractions and challenges, Patanjali gives us a single, elegant master key to overcome all of them.
This is it. This is the ultimate advice from Sutra 132. When your mind is scattered by grief, doubt, laziness, you name it, the solution is to bring it back, gently but firmly, to the practice of one single thing, one point of focus. And that brings this ancient wisdom right into your life, right now. For Patanjali, that one subject was Om. But the principle itself is universal. In a world that's doing everything it can to pull you in a million directions, what is the one anchor, the one practice, the one idea that could bring your mind back home?